on, everybody? What's going on? We're a couple of days out from first chapter remake. So I thought, why don't I play the OG while I wait for the release of the remake? So here we are. So I played a little bit of Trails in the Sky. I haven't really gone past too much in the prologue. I finished the whole prologue in the remake, so I don't know how long we're going to play this. I don't know if we're going to beat this before the remake come out, but I thought this would be a good thing to go ahead and start. The average difficulty for those, we'll do normal. Daddy's really late.
今日帰るってギルドから連絡があったのに。
I even got a message from the guild saying he'll be home today too.
シェラネは修行で王国一周旅行してるし。
And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training.
ああ、つまんない。ご飯の前にもう一度棒術の練習でもしよっかな。
So bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner.
おい、今帰ったぞ。
Hey, I'm home.
お父さん
Daddy!
ただいまエステル。待たせちまったようだな。
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle.
いい子で留守番していたか？
Did you take good care of the house while I was away?
当たり前よ。
Of course I did.
父さんの方も何もなかった？
Did you run into any trouble, Daddy?
魔獣と戦って怪我してない？
You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you?
おう、ピンピンしてるぞ。
Nope. I'm as fit as a fiddle.
それよりエステル、実はお前にお土産があるんだ。
That reminds me, though. I brought you a present.
本当？
Really? What kind of present?
釣り竿？スニーカー？それとも棒術の道具とか？
A new fishing pole, sneakers, something for my training?
育て方間違っちまったかな。
Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle.
お前ね、女の子だったら服とかアクセサリーじゃないか？
Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry?
綺麗な服は好きだけど、すぐに汚しちゃうんだもん。
I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty.
アクセサリーも遊んでて壊したら嫌だし。
And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on.
それより父さん、その大きな毛布どうしたの？
Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket?
ひょっとしてそれがお土産？
Is that my present?
お、鋭いな。
Oh, you're a sharp one.
よっと。
Now, why don't you come have a look?
ま、こういうわけだ。
Well, here you are.
割とハンサムな坊主だろ？
Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Now, Cassius.
なんなのこの子！
Why is my present a boy? Oh, they changed that. They changed that. What did she say? She didn't say that. She said something else. She said something else, but she didn't say that.
大きな声を出すなって起こしちまうじゃないか。
Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up.
起きちゃうって、この子生きてるの？
Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? I hope he wouldn't be carrying around an unalive body like that, Estelle.
なんかぐったりしてるけど。
Looks kinda dead if you ask me.
手当ては済ませたからもう命の危険はないはずだ。
I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition.
だがとりあえず休ませる必要はありそうだな。
In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest.
ベッドに運ぶからエステルはお湯を沸かしてくれ。
I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating up a kettle of water on the stove, I appreciate it.
ラ
Okay.
ジャよく寝てる。
He sure sleeps soundly,
この子、私と同じくらいの年だよね。
and he almost looks the same age as me.
こんな真っ黒の髪、私初めて見るかも。
This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too.
確かに見事な黒髪だな。
He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair
ちなみに瞳はアンバーだぞ。
and a pair of amber eyes to go with it.
ふーん。
Hey, how everybody doing today? We just started our first run of Trails in the Sky, the original.
それはともかく、そろそろ話してもらおうか。
That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up?
行く。
Fess up?
この子、誰なの？
Yeah, who is this kid anyway?
なんで怪我してるの？
And why is he hurt?
どうして父さんが家まで連れてきたの？
Why did you bring him to our house?
ひょっとして隠し子？お母さんを裏切ってたの？
Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray mommy?
どこでそういう言葉を仕入れてくるんだか。って。
Where have you been picking up these kind of words?
シェラザードに決まってるか。
No doubt from Charizard, I assume.
うん、そ
Yup, that's right.
まったくあの耳年豆。
For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense.
この子は父さんも仕事関係で知り合ったばかりなんだ。
Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business.
まだ名前も知らなかったりする。
And I don't even know his name.
仕事って遊撃士の？
You mean bracer business?
まあな。
Something like that.
おっと、
Oh, look,
目を覚ますぞ。
he's waking up.
本当に琥珀色。
Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber.
ここは
Where am I?
坊主、目を覚ましたか。
So you're awake now, are you?
ここは俺の家だ。とりあえず安心していいぞ。
Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest.
どういうつもりです？
What are you trying to pull?
正気とは思えない。
You must be out of your mind.
どうして放っておいてくれなかったんだ？
Why didn't you just leave me there to die?
どうしてって言われてもな。
Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer.
いわゆる成り行きってやつ？
Does things just worked out that way work for you?
ふざけないで！
Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright.
カシウス・ブライト、あなたは自分が何をしてるのか？
Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in?
こら、
Hey,
怪我人のくせに大声出したりしないの。
you're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt.
怪我に響くでしょ。
Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal.
誰？
And just who are you supposed to be?
エステルよ。
I'm Estelle.
エステル・ブライト。
Estelle Bright.
俺の娘だよ。
She's my daughter.
お前さんと同じくらいの娘がいるって話しただろ？
Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age?
そういえば。
Now that you mention it.
ってそんな話をしてるんじゃ。
Wait a minute. Don't try and change the sub.
お ら声を出さない。
Quit yelling.
わかったよ。
Alright already.
でも君の行動の方が余計に怪我に響くんじゃ。
But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either.
なんか言った？
I don't hear you yelling again, do I?
だから怪我を悪化させる。
Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse.
なんか言った？
Do I hear yelling?
なんでもないです。
Never mind, just forget it.
ま、この家の中ではエステルに逆らわん方がいい。
As a word of advice, if it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house.
本気で怒らせたら俺もかなわんくらいだからな。
Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough.
そうみたいですね。
Yeah, I can see that.
ところであんた、なんか忘れてることない？
By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh?
名前よ、名前。私もさっき言ったでしょ？
Your name, you know, that thing that people call you?
こっちだけが知らないのって悔しいし不公平じゃない。
I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours?
ま、道理だな。今さら隠しても仕方あるまい。
It seems like a logical thing to do if you ask me.
不便だし、聞かせてもらおうか。
Trying to hide it now will only serve to your deterrent.
わかりました。
Fine.
僕は、
My name is...
僕の名前は。
眩しい。
It's so bright in here.
よく寝た。
Slept like a rock.
今朝の当番は父さんだったっけ？
That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning.
それじゃあ、ヨシアはまだ寝てるのかな？
I wonder if that means Joshua is still in bed.
起きてるみたいね。
Ah, I guess that's a no.
よーし、私も早く支度しよっと。
Well, I guess I better get myself ready too then. Nice, Joshua. I think I have one.
Not bad, Joshua.
Yeah.
やるじゃない、ヨシア。
Bravo.
おはよう、エステル。
Good morning, Estelle.
ごめん、もしかして起こしちゃった？
I hope I didn't wake you.
ちょうど起きたところよ。
Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play.
でもヨシアってば朝っぱらからキザなんだから。
Can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags on their eyes. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
いやー、お姉さん、思わず聞き惚れちゃったわ。
Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours, gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber.
何がお姉さんだか。僕と同い年のくせにさ。
What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man.
甘いわね。
How wrong you are, Joshua.
同い年でもこの家では私の方が先輩なんだから。
You may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house.
言うなれば姉弟子ってやつ？
And that makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree?
はいはい、よかったね。
Yeah, yeah. How fortunate for you.
あー、なんか投げやり。
You could at least try to sound a tiny bit sincere.
でもほんといい曲よね。他やっぱりその曲が一番好きかな。あれ？
What's it called again? Sorry about that. I had to try had to adjust the sounds for a minute. The whereabouts of light.
そうそう、星のありか。
That's right, the whereabouts of light.
あー、私もハーモニカうまく吹けたらいいんだけどな。
I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua.
簡単そうに見えて、これが結構難しいのよね。
Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks.
君がやってる棒術と比べたらはるかに簡単だと思うけど。
Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier.
要は集中力の問題だと思うよ。
It's really just a matter of concentration.
全身を使わない作業ってなんだか眠くなってくるのよね。
You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy.
ヨシアもハーモニカもいいけど、もっとアクティブに行動しなくちゃ。
Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too?
ヨシアの趣味ってあとは読書と武器の手入れくらいでしょ？
All your hobbies are centered around kind of stuff like reading and music.
今時インドアばっかりじゃ女の子のハートはつかめないわよ。
No girl is going to be impressed with just that.
悪かったね。受けが悪くて。
Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies.
そういう君こそ趣味に偏りがあると思うけど。
Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies.
釣りとか虫取りとかスポーツシューズ集めとか。
I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes?
いいじゃん、好きなんだもん。っていう
That's enough talk about hobbies for now.
か、虫取りなんかとっくの昔に卒業したってば。
And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago.
本当かな。
Really? I believe that when I stopped finding beetles in the hallway.
おーいエステル、ヨシュア。
Hey, Estelle, Joshua.
あ、父さん、おはよう。
Morning, Dad. Hey, what's up, Chris?
おはよう父さん。朝食の用意もうできたんだ。
Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready?
ああ、バッチリだぞ。
It's ready and waiting.
二人とも冷めないうちにとっとと降りてこい。
Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold?
了解。
Okay,
すぐに行くよ。
I'm on my way.
ごちそうさま。
Thanks for the grub, Dad.
お腹いっぱいになっちゃった。
Boy, am I stuffed.
朝からよく食べるな。
Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle?
いいじゃん。食う子と寝る子はよく育つよ。
Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot.
まあしっかり食ってせいぜい気合を入れるんだな。
I don't know, is that a real I don't know if that's a real phrase, though, Estelle. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too.
お前たち今日はギルドで研修の仕上げがあるんだろ。
That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you?
今までのおさらいだけどね。
That's right. It'll be a review of everything we learned up to this point.
それが終われば、私たちも父さんと同じブレイサーよ。
And once we finish, we'll be braces, just like you, Dad.
もう子供扱いさせないんだから。
That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore.
まだまだ青いな。
You still lack understanding, Estelle.
最初になれるのは準遊撃士、つまり見習いに過ぎ。
You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee.
一人前になりたかったら早く声優撃士になることだな。
If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer.
むむ、上等じゃない。
Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work.
見てなさいよ。いっぱい功績を上げまくって父さんを追い越してやるんだから。
Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. It'll be so successful. I'll be so successful that if let me slow down. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too.
やれるもんならやってみろ。
That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we?
何張り合ってるんだか。
Let's not start a rivalry here, you two.
エステル、油断は禁物だよ。
And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand.
今日は最後に試験だってあるんだからね。
We have a test later on today, remember?
え、
Huh?
試験って何？
Wait, what test?
まさか覚えてないとか言わないよね。
Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle.
研修が身についているかどうか確認するためのテストだよ。
You know, the one that checks whether or not we're mastered the skills we've been learning and training.
合格できなかったら補習だってシェラさんが言ってたじゃないか。
Don't you remember Shara saying that if we fail, we'll be stuck with a ton of extra homework?
やっぱー、完璧に忘れてたわ。
Crap, totally forgot.
そういえば知らねえが、そんなこと言ってたような気も。
Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that.
まあでもなんとかなるって。
Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other.
君って子はのんきというかそそっかしいというか。
I honestly don't know how you survived this long still. Your brain is like a sheet.
まったくもって嘆かわしい。
Papa is sad.
この楽天的な性格は一体誰に似たもんだろうな。
How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality?
失礼ね。父さんほどじゃないってば。
Ah, you're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you.
まったく似た者親子だな。
I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever.
まあいいや。エステル、そろそろ町に行こ
We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle.
う。ギルドでシェラさんが待ってるよ。
Cheryl's going to be waiting there for us.
わかった。シェラ姉を待たせると怖いもんね。
Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting.
そうだ父さん。
Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight.
今夜の食事当番、私だけど何か食べたいものでもある？
Is there anything in particular you like to eat, Dad?
リクエスト受け付けとくよ。
Any requests?
食べたいものか。
Something I like to eat, huh?
ルーアン風魚の蒸し焼きバルサミコ酢風味なんてどうだ？
How about ruin style scallop fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce?
何それ？
What's that?
それはエステルにはちょっと無理だと思うけど。
I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs.
言ってみただけだ。
You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get.
いつもと同じ魚のフライかオムレツでいいさ。
I just have the usual fried fish and omelet.
無理をしないで食えるものだけ作ってくれ。
No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible.
失礼な親父ね。反論できないのが悔しいけど。
How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong.
ああ、その代わり頼みがあ
Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out.
る。雑貨屋でリベール通信というニュース紙を買ってきてくれ。
I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberl news from the general goods store.
今日最新号が入荷するはずだ。
They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today.
わかった。雑貨屋でリベール通信ね。
Got it. One copy of the Liberl news from the general goods store.
残ったら小遣いにしていいぞ。
If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance.
ただし無駄遣いはするなよ。
However, that means no wasteful spending.
やった。ありがとう。
Alright, thanks, Dad.
それじゃあ父さん行ってくるよ。
Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad.
おう、しっかりやれよ。シェラザードによろしくな。
Work hard and give Sherazard my regards.
そういえば父さん、今日はギルドに行かなくていいの？
By the way, Dad, is it going to be alright if you stay at home like this instead of going to the guild today?
ここ数日ろくに行ってないじゃない。
You haven't been there for a couple of days now.
たまった書類の整理があってな。
Unfortunately, I have a lot of paperwork to sort out.
何？お前が心配することはない。クビにならん程度には働いているさ。
But don't you worry, I'm carrying a big enough workload that the guild's not likely to fire me anytime soon.
いまいち信用できないな。
That's not exactly the most convincing thing I've heard come out of her mouth.
ギルドに行かなくていいのか？シェラザードが待ってるんだろ？
How about yourself? Shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? Sherazard is waiting, right?
ギルドに行かなくていいのか？
Hey, I check my Discord. I check my Discord message. Nah, I don't have a set time schedule. Still working on that.
ちょうどいい時間だね。
It looks like we made good time.
早すぎもせず遅すぎもしないってとこかな。
Not too early or too late either.
教会の日曜学校を卒業したばっかりなのに。
We just barely graduated from Sunday school.
ブレイサーになるためにこんなに勉強させられるなんて夢にも思わなかったよ。
I never dreamed we'll have to study so hard to become racers.
それも今日が最後じゃないか。
Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training.
好きで志望したんだからこのくらいは苦労して当然だよ。
Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know why you're expected to get away with any less effort.
それもそっか。
Oh, yeah, I guess I did.
よし、
Alright then,
最後くらい気合を入れてシェラ姉のしごきに耐えるぞ。
let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Sheriff.
気合入ったみたいだね。
You look ready to me.
それじゃあすぐそこにあるブレイサーギルドに入ろうか。
Let's go meet with Sheriff at the Bracer Guild over there. I'm just on my way over to the forest of Mistwald to south of here for work. There was a merchant from Bowes who came here to buy lumber. I need to get enough ready for the order I received. I just saw the boys running around. There you go. It said if you want to go to my secret base, you'll have to catch me. I'm the one who discovered it first. Take me with you. I'm the one who told you about the place to begin with. I already know where that's going. That's ain't nothing but trouble. Alright. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Joestar, what's going on?
あらおはようエステル、よしわ。
There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua.
アイナさん、おはよう。
Morning, Aina.
おはようございます。
Good morning.
シェラ姉、もう来てる？
Is Sheriff here already?
ええ、2階で待ってるわ。
Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs.
今日の研修が終われば晴れてブレイサーの仲間入りね。
Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild.
2人とも頑張って。
Good luck to both of you.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
頑張ります。
We'll do our best.
今日の研修が終わればいよいよブレイサーの仲間入りね。
Said I just played the demo of the remake last night. How you like it? How you like it?
2階の部屋でシェラザードが頑張ってね。
I always like the. Well, are you into the Legend of Heroes series, or was the demo your first time playing a Legend of Heroes game?
星と吊るし人、
The Star and the Hanged Man,
忍者と魔術師、
the Hermit and the Magician,
そして逆位置の運命の輪。
and last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune.
これは難しいわね。どう読み解いたらいいのか。
This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? You said you never played before, found the enemies difficult in the starter area. Yeah, they's pretty tough. I think they really wanted everybody to learn the basis of the combat, so they kind of made the enemies a bit spongy, and they hit hard too. Welcome to the fandom. I always try to see how people's first impressions of the Legend of Heroes series. The series is really long. We're at 13 games now, and first chapter is a remake of this game. So I don't know. I doubt they're gonna remake all 13 games, but I would like to see at least the first five remade. Because the sixth game was they're all kind of like transitioned into modern gaming. I mean they could do with I think 6 and 7 could do with like a little upgrade. But definitely the 5 gotta go. Thanks for the likes. Yeah, I doubt that they're gonna remake all 13 games. But it would be nice if they at least remade the first 5. So that's Trails in the Sky, first chapter, second chapter, the third. Then is Legend of Heroes, Trails from Zero. Then is Legend of Heroes, Trails to Azure. And those the first 5. So if anything, they probably do remaster collection. I hope so. They have to do the first 3 because you can't do first chapter and not do second chapter and third. It would be an insult. It would be an insult because the games are so interconnected that you won't get the full picture unless you play all 3 games. Good morning, Shara.
あら、エステル、ヨシュア。
Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua.
珍しいわね、こんな早くに来るなんて。
This is a rare occasion for both of you to show up so early. Another note, they really did like a beat for beat remake of this game. Like when I finished the demo and I started playing this, I was like, wow, they really did it from the ground up, but they stayed true to the original. Because it's really the same game almost. Other than the combat is different. The combat is more action / turn-based. But when it comes to like the story and the pacing and layout, they pretty much kept it the same. This is a rare occasion for both of you to show up so early.
最後の研修くらいはね。
Since it's my last day of training, I figured why not?
とっとと終わらせてブレイザーになってやるんだから。
I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself.
いつも意気込みはいいんだけど。
I give you credit for your enthusiasm.
ま、その心意気に応えて今日のまとめは厳しくいくからね。
But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high spirit attitude of yours holds up.
覚悟しときなさい。
You said, yeah, notice. I wasn't sure how the original looked, but the remake is almost exactly the same. It is. It's almost exactly the same. I think that's the closest to like a legit remake that I've ever seen in all my years of gaming. Cause you know we got the Final Fantasy VII remake, but that's really like a whole different game. We got other remakes, but they really like a whole different games. But the Trails in the Sky remake, that feels like a legit remake, like taking the OG game and taking it to modern times and just adding some few things, but not changing the core of the game. Like, I feel like that's legit. That's my first time seeing like a legit remake.
そんな。
I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already.
おだまり。
Quiet, you.
毎回教えたことを次々と忘れてくれちゃって。
Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it.
そのザルみたいな脳みそからこぼれ落ちないようにするためよ。
This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does.
よしわ。知らねえがいじめるよ。
Joshua, Shara's picking on me.
大丈夫ですよ、シェラさん。
Don't worry, Shara.
エステルって勉強が嫌いで予習復習もめったにやらないけど。
While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework,
ついでにむやみと人よしで余計なおせっかいが大好きだけど。
acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything.
勘の良さはピカイチだからオーグメントも実践で覚えます。
Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably.
こうなったらそれに期待するしかないわね。
You said they even got the dialogue saying, yeah, they do. They do. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best.
ちょっとよしや。
Hold on a second, Joshua.
なんか全然フォローしてるように聞こえないんですけど。
Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me.
心外だな。君の美点を正直に言ったのに。
Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all of your best traits accurately.
まったくもう。
Whatever.
ところで知らねえ。タロットで何を占ってたの？
By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your Torah cards? Now there is something different that they do have in the game. It's like they got a full English voice cast. The OG did not. The OG did not have a full English voice cast. They did get a full Japanese voice cast in the port to PS Vita, and it's called Trails in the Sky Evolution. But they did not have a full English voice cast. They had English bits, meaning that like the English voice cast, they voiced like battle commands and winning taunts and stuff. But they did not like voice the main game. But ironically enough, the English voice cast that did do the English bits for this game, they are doing the full English voice cast for the remake, so that's pretty cool. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your Torah
なん
card?
だか難しい顔してたけど。
Your face was really intent.
ああ、これね。
Oh, this?
近い将来身の回りで起こることを漠然と占ってみたんだけど。
I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future.
ちょっと調子が悪いみたい。読み解くことができなかったわ。
Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly.
読み解くことができない？
You couldn't read the cards?
へえ、そんなことってあるんですか？
Now that's surprising to hear.
あまりに意味深な形になると逆に解釈に困ることがあるのよね。
Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret.
まあそれはいいわ。最後の研修を始めるわよ。
But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training.
今まで習ったことを一通りおさらいするわよ。
I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we covered in your previous
ブ
training.
レーサーとして活動するのに必要な最低限の常識だからね。
This is the minimum level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively.
特にエステル、ちゃんと聞いておきなさい。
And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say.
ウィース。
Yeah, yeah.
何について知りたいの？
What would you like to know about?
動力と呼ばれるエネルギーで動く機械仕掛けのユニットがオーグメントよ。
Ornaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy.
説 プチウムを加工したクォーツが中に組み込まれていて、その気候に応じて様々な現象を引き起こすことができるわ。
A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or processed septium installed.
最初に発明されてから50年くらいしか経っていないけど、
Although it's only been 50 years since their invention,
今では照明、暖房などの日用品から兵器、魔法、飛行船まであらゆるものにオーブメントの力が利用されているのよね。
these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships.
ちなみにこの技術革新は一般的に動力革命と呼ばれているわ。
In connection, this technical reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution.
何について知りたいの？グレーサーというのは地域の平和と民間人の保護のために働く調査と戦闘のスペシャリストよ。
Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions.
魔獣退治や犯罪の防止だけでなく、荷物の護衛から落とし物の捜索まで様々な形で地域に貢献する仕事ね。
They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods.
各地の遊撃士たちを束ねているのが大陸全土に支部を持つブレイサーギルドよ。
The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manage the affairs of the bracers in each region.
何について知りたいの？私たちの住むこのリベールはゼムリア大陸の西部に位置する豊かな自然と伝統に育まれた王国よ。
The kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemarian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions.
大陸でも有数のセプチウムの産地で、それを利用したオーブメントの開発でも高度な技術を誇っているわ。
Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop ordnance.
リベールにとってオーブメント技術は周辺の大国と渡り合いながら独立を守っていくための重要な柱ね。
Ordnance technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations.
10年前、エレボニア帝国に侵略された時も最後に王国を救ったのはオーバルエンジンで空をかける飛行船を利用した作戦だったわ。
10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat.
まあ帝国とは今も微妙な関係だけど、アリシア女王陛下の優れた政治手腕もあって今のリベールはおおむね平和と言えるわね。
Consequently, even now, our relationship with the empire is somewhat sensitive. But thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace.
何について知りたいの？さてと、復習はこのくらいで勘弁してあげるか。
Let's see, since we got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review.
今日はやることが山ほどあるんだから、とっとと実地研修に進むわよ。
I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training.
ねえ、知らね
Shara,
え。実地研修って今までの研修と何が違うの？
how is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before?
実地っていうのは現場を体験してもらうってことよ。
Since it's practical, that means you'll be experiencing things firsthand.
これから2人には遊撃士の仕事に必要なことを一通りやってもらうわ。
Therefore, I am going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job.
それってつまり
So what you're saying is,
机でお勉強じゃないってこと？
there won't be any studying at the desk involved?
ええ、もちろん違うわよ。
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
あちこちに出かけていって実際に体を動かしてもらうわ。
This time you have to go out and make physical effort to accomplish your task.
たっぷり汗かいてもらうつもりだから楽しみにしてなさい。
I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes! That's seriously just what the doctor ordered.
体を動かせるんなら今までの研修よりずーっと楽よ。
I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk.
もう心配して損しちゃった。
I guess I got all worried for nothing.
なんだか急に元気になったね。
Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle.
その笑顔が最後まで続くといいんだけど。
Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Hey, what's up, guys?
さてと、最初の実地研修に行きましょうか。
Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it.
最初の研修は仕事内容の確認よ。
Your first objective would to be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing.
その前に、まず2人に渡すものがあるわ。
But before that, there is something that we need to give to both of you.
アイナ、もう用意できてる？
Aina, are they ready?
いいわよ。
Yes, they are.
じゃ、2人とももらってきなさい。
All right, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves.
ほら、ボケっとしてないで、早くもらってきなさい。
Quit wasting time and go get them.
大切なものだからなくさないようにね。
These are very important, so make sure not to lose them.
それはブレーサー手帳といって、仕事の記録を残すための公式な手帳よ。
Bracer notebooks serve as an official way to record the status of your current jobs.
どんな話を聞いたのか、どこで何を見つけたのか。
Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where.
些細な出来事が手がかりになることも多いわ。
These kinds of trivial things can often become clues.
細かいことでも必ず記録を残すようにね。
No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down.
わかりました。
ちょっと面倒かも。
Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain.
あら、気のせいかしら。
Oh,
返事が一つしか聞こえなかったけど。
please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me? Because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two.
記録を残すことはブレーサーの大事な義務よ。
Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers.
めんどくさがらずしっかりやりなさい。
So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle.
はーい、わかりました。
Okay, I got it.
わかればよろしい。
Make sure you do.
じゃ、実際にやってもらうわよ。
Alright then, let's begin.
出口の方を見て。掲示板があるでしょ。
Look over by the door. You can see that there is a bulletin board standing there.
掲示板のところまで行って仕事の内容を確認してきなさい。
First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there.
あら、掲示板はあっちよ。
ほら、ボケっとしてないで、早く仕事の内容を確認してきなさい。
Quick screwing around and check the job description. Alright, sure. Training retrieval. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. See shares are for details.
いいわね。
Very good.
ちゃんと確認できたみたいじゃない。
Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble.
掲示板のチェックはブレーサーにとって基本中の基本。
Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job.
緊急の仕事がないかどうか常に確認しとくのも大事な義務よ。
Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which needs immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers.
義務ばっかりで聞いてるだけでも息苦しいわね。
Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style.
確かに規則は多いけど、それだけの責任がある仕事だからね。
Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves.
いい加減な気持ちでいたら、とても務まらないと思うよ。
I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude.
そうだよね。
I guess you're right.
もっと気合い入れていかなきゃ。
I just have to be more motivated.
ちょっとは気持ちが切り替わったかしら？
Is that so? Had a change of heart, have
もうバッチリ。
you? You betcha.
じゃあその気合が抜けないうちにさっさと次の研修に行くわよ。
Well, before all the motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task.
今度はどんな内容ですか？
What will we be doing this time?
お向かいにあるメルダースさんの工房に行って工房の利用法について勉強するわ。
We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use his services.
わざわざ営業中に時間を取ってもらってるんだから失礼のないようにね。
He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, but make sure to be on your best behavior.
はーい。
Okay.
ここでは工房の利用法を勉強するわ。
Here's where you learn how to use an Orbital Factory services.
工房ではオーバルアーツを使うための専用のオーブメントを改造したり支援用のクォーツを合成したりできるの。
At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use orbital arcs.
アーツには多彩な効果があるから使いこなせるようになればいろいろと便利よ。
Arcs have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely
ブ
helpful.
レーサー家業っていうのは危険と隣り合わせの職業だから工房とも長いお付き合いになるわ。
The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories.
私が説明できることはこれくらいね。
Anyway, this is about as much as I can
技
explain.
術的な説明は専門家にお任せするわ。
I'll leave the technical details to the expert.
というわけでメルダースさんあとはよろしく。
So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here.
おう、任したけ。
No problem, leave everything to me.
で、何を知りてんだ？
So, what is it that you would like to know about?
オーブメントとはクォーツをセットすることでいろんな効果を発揮する機械のことだ。
Ornaments are the mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz.
その定義からすりゃ照明や飛行船のエンジンなんかもみんなオーブメントなわけだが、
By definition, that means that the lights, airship, engines, and so on are also types of ornaments.
ここでいうオーブメントは身体能力を高め魔法を使えるようにする戦術オーブメントってやつのことだ。
However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle ornaments, which enhances the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic.
こいつは個人の適性に合わせて完璧に調整された一品物だから
Since
持
each,
ち主によって構造が異なるぜ。
see now he's saying stuff longer than what the text is, but other times they be saying shorter stuff than what the text is. Since each ornament is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structure for these devices also differ for each owner.
具体的には属性限定のスロットやスロットを結ぶラインの形が違うんだが、今は難しい話はよしておくとするぜ。
Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation.
クォーツをセットするときはまずスロットを開封しなきゃならない。
In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot.
中央のスロットは最初から空いてるが、残りは工房で開封してもらう必要がある。開封にはセピスがいるから注意してくれ。
By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be open at an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too.
魔法を使うのに必要な EP の上限は開封されたスロット数に応じて増加するからな。積極的に穴を開けていった方が利口だぜ。
EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible.
で、何を知りてんだ？
So, what is it that you would like to know about?
まあ平たく言うとス 専用の戦術オーブメントを使って発動することのできる魔法のことだ。
Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbits.
オーブメントの中に蓄えられた動力と呼ばれるエネルギーでいろいろとおかしな現象を起こすわけだな。
In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices.
オーバルアーツじゃ舌噛んじまうからみんなアーツアーツって呼びやがる。たく鼻からそう呼べってんだ。
Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go.
アーツにはいろんな種類があるんだが使えるようにするにはまず工房でクォーツってのを合成するんだ。
You said for real, mail that, weld that, smack it, hack it. Okay. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory.
そのクォーツをオーブメントのスロットにセットするとアーツが使えるようになるってからくりだ。
Ornaments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts.
使えるアーツの種類はセットしたクォーツの属性値の組み合わせによって変わるぜ。
The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value of the combination of installed quartz.
水のアーツが使いたいなら水の属性値を持つクォーツをセットすればいいってわけだ。
Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water element value.
まあ正直なところ本当はもっと複雑なんだが差し当たりこれぐらいで十分だろ。
In reality, ornaments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now.
で何を知りてんだ？
So, what is it that you would like to know about?
クォーツってのはセピスから作られた回路のことだ。
Quartz are the circuits made from sepith.
所有者の能力を引き上げると同時にさまざまなアーツを使用できるようにするという本当にいろんな効果を持っていやがる。
Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use
ク
arts.
ォーツはオーブメントのスロットにセットして初めて効果を発揮するが
However, you would not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot.
スロットによってはセットできるクォーツの属性が限定されていることもある。
However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed.
新しいクォーツを合成するときはあらかじめどこにセットするかオーブメントを見て決めておけよ。
This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your ornament and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time.
で何を知りてんだ？セピスってのは魔獣が落とすセプチウムのかけらのことだ。
Sepith are fragments of sethium which are dropped by monsters.
色と属性に応じて地、水、火、風、地、空、元って具合に7種類に分かれていやがるんだ。
They are divided into 7 types: earth, brown, water, blue, fire, red, wind, green, time, black, space, gold, and mirage, silver.
街ん中なら大抵のとこでセピスは通貨のミラに換金できるんだが
Sepith can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere, but
工房ではこれを使って支援効果のあるクォーツを合成したりそれをセットするスロットを開封したりできるぜ。
at the orbital factory, it can be used used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install and synthesize quartz.
で、何を知りてんだ？
もう質問はないみたいね。
It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions.
なら次は実際に工房を利用してもらうわよ。
If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here.
そのためにはまずセピスが必要ね。
For that, you're going to need some sepith.
それだけあればいくつかのクォーツを合成できるわ。
With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz.
まず自分のオーブメントに合う属性のクォーツを作ってみなさい。
Now, I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular ornaments.
エステルはどんな属性でも OK だけど、ヨシュアは時属性でないとダメよ。
In your case, Estelle, an elemental quartz is any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be time elemental quartz.
本当なら商店ではセピスの換金もできるんだけど、研修の都合上今は利用できないからね。
Normally, at a shop, you would be able to exchange sepith for mirror, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service.
クォーツを合成してみなさい。エステルはどんな属性でも OK。よし。
Hey, what's up, Benny? Hi there, it looks like you two are doing well in your training. If you like to modify your ornaments, please select the Modify Trait service. Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize one.
じゃあ次は使えるアーツを増やしてみるわよ。
Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use.
オーブメントにクォーツをセットして回復と攻撃の魔法が使える状態にしなさい。
Now install a quartz into your ornament so that you can use both recovery and attack arts.
うん、回復と攻撃のアーツを両方とも用意できたみたいね。
Alright, it looks like you got both recovery and attack arts set up.
そうやって2人でバランスよくアーツを使い分けると戦いやすいわよ。
If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier.
ちなみにどのクォーツをセットするとどんなアーツが使えるようになるかはブレーサー手帳に載っているわ。
Additionally, your bracelet notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts.
より強力なアーツが使いたいんだったら手帳のアーツ表やクォーツ表を見て自分なりに工夫してみるといいわ。
If you like to use more powerful arts, check out the art and quartz charts in your bracelet notebooks and find something that works for you.
さて、そろそろ工房での研修も終わりに近づいてきたわね。
Alright, our training here is almost finished.
最後にやってもらうのは新しいスロットの開封よ。
Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your ordnance.
スロットの数が増えればそれだけ選択の幅も広がるわ。
The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have.
アーツで消費する EP 値の上限も開いているスロット数で決まるから早めに開封していった方が何かと有利よ。
Since EP, which you consume by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up a slot, it would be a good idea to open them all early on.
じゃあこのセピスを使って実際にスロットを開封してみなさい。
Now, I want you to use this sepith and open a slot on each of your ordnance.
どっちのスロットを開封するのかはあなたたち2人で決めるといいわ。
Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open.
エステルのスロットを開封したのね。
I see you managed to open one of your ornament slots, Estelle.
エステルは中央スロットの属性がフリーだから何かと使い勝手がいいわよ。
Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of course you like.
これで一通り工房での研修は終わりよ。
This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory.
さーて、次はいよいよお待ちかねの認定試験ね。
Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon?
試験って何それ？
Did you just say test?
まさか本気で忘れたの？
You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you?
今朝も話したばっかりじゃない。
Didn't I remind you just this morning?
あ、そういえば聞いたような聞いてないような。
Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table.
ほんと期待を裏切らない子ね。
Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild in humanity.
まあいいわ。とにかく試験場に行くわよ。
Oh well, no sense in worrying about it that now. Let's head over to the testing area.
もう？
You mean like now?
ちょっと待って、まだ心の準備が。
I don't know if I'm ready for.
ほら、キリキリ歩きなさ
How about a little less yapping and a little bit more walking?
よっしゃー、お助け
Joshua, help me!
メルダースさん、フライデーさん、いろいろとありがとうございました。
Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help.
おい、試験頑張れよ。
Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours.
しっかりね。
We'll be rooting for you.
こら、よっしゃー、覚えてなさいよ。
I'm gonna remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua.
い。ようやく研修も大詰めね。
All your training has finally come down to this.
これから2人に認定試験を受けてもらうわ。
Your qualification test will begin here.
今までの研修の成果が発揮されることを期待してるからね。
I expect to see you both use what you learned up to this point.
はい。
Understood.
エステル、どうしたの？
What's wrong, Estelle?
ねえ、知らね
Shara,
何？
what now?
え。もしかして試験ってペーパーテストじゃないの？
I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something?
は？
Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something?
エステル、あんたさっき掲示板を見たでしょ？
You just read what I said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right?
うん、見たけど。
Yeah, and
メモまで取らせたのに覚えてないの？
I even made you jot down what you read in your bracing notebooks, unless you forget that too.
地下水路の捜索をするって書いてあったと思うんだけど、
I'm
あれ
pretty
が
sure
最終試験よ。
I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving the item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet?
よかったー。
What a relief.
エイド様、
Oh, divine Adios.
地下水路を作ってくださった情け深いお心に感謝を捧げます。
I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such a wonderful gifts as sewers.
ひょっとして筆記試験だと思ってたの？
So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test.
だから工房であんなに騒いでたのか。
No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory.
懐かしいわね。今となってはいい思い出だわ。
Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed.
はあ、本当に僕たちちゃんと卒業できるのかな。
I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all.
何よ、失礼しちゃうわね。
What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things?
はいはい、二人ともおしゃべりはそこまで。
Alright, that's enough yapping, you two.
試験前なんだからもっと緊張感を持ちなさい。
This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious?
試験に落第したらきつい補習を受けてもらうわよ。
Just so you know though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you.
大丈夫だってば。
We'll be fine.
さあ早く試験しちゃいましょう。
Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose.
ま、自信があるなら結果で証明してもらいましょうか。
Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test?
さて、掲示板にもあった通り、試験の課題は地下水路内の捜索よ。
Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be search conducted in Roland sewers.
捜索対象はどこかにある宝箱の中身で、それを回収することが目的になるわ。
Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within the area.
水路の構造はすごく単純だから迷う心配はないと思うけど。
The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either.
本物の魔獣がうろうろしているから油断してると痛い目に遭うからね。
However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there. So if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry.
そこで2人にはこれを渡しておくわ。
Also, let me give you this before I forget.
この手帳は？
What's this book for?
それは魔獣手帳といって戦った相手の情報を記録する手帳よ。
It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet.
敵の特性を見抜いたらすぐその手帳に記録するといいわ。
Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there.
なるほど。情報を制する者が戦いを制する。
Sounds pretty straightforward to me.
つまりそういうことですね。
He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right?
その通りよ。よくわかってるじゃない。
That's exactly what I'm saying. You really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua.
へえ、いいものもらっちゃったわね。
That's some pretty useful advice.
サンキュー、シェラね。
Thanks for the tip, Shara.
ありがたく使わせてもらいます。
We'll put it into good use.
よーしよっしゃ、気合い入れていこう。
Alrighty then. Let's get pumped and knock out this test.
そうだね。
Let's.
実践だと思って慎重に行動しよう。
Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such.
あそこに回復ポイントが設置されてるみたいだね。
There appears to be a recovery point set up over there.
HP や EP が減っていたら戦闘になる前に使っておこう。
Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging in further battle.
了解。
Sounds like a plan to me. Monsters at 12 o'clock.
エステル、背後を取られないように気をつけて。
Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side.
わかったわ。
Got it. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Attack. Attack an enemy. You may also use it to move. If you are using a mouse, then highlighted area indicates the distance a character can move. Selecting a target in this area will move the character to attack. When an enemy is out of range and cannot attack icon will appear on the screen. Selecting an out of range target will move the character as close to it as possible, but no attack will be performed.
That's that then. Let's move out.
思ったより楽勝ね。
Well, that was easier than I thought.
よーし、この調子で先に進むわよ。
Alright, let's keep up this pace.
エステル、ちょっと待って。
Yeah, wait a second.
今戦った魔獣の情報を魔獣手帳に記しておこう。
We should write down the information about the monsters we just fought in the monster guide.
あった、そうだったわね。
Ah, you're right.
サラサラサラっと。よし、これで OK ね。
Okay, that should do it.
Yeah, you dirty rat.
また出たわね。
Here comes some more.
相手によっては武器での攻撃が通用しないこともあるよ。
Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective.
通常攻撃だけじゃなくアーツも使っていこう。
Let's use arts, not physical attacks.
おう、
Okay. Arts are effective against foes which are difficult to hit with a weapon or those on which physical attacks have little effect. It takes time before arts can be cast. Also, EP is consumed when arts are cast. All arts have an element. Determine the element most effective against your foe and use it. Let's try using crafts this time around.
クラフトには攻撃の他にもいろんな効果があるからね。
Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot.
了解。
Roger that. Crafts are character-specific skills which not only deal out damage but also have a broad range of effects. Using crafts consumes CP. CP is gradually gained by dealing out or receiving damage in battle.
Come on.
surprise, another creepy thing.
面倒だしパパッと片付けちゃいたいわね。
I wish there were an easier way to take care of them.
S クロフトや S ブレイクを使えば大抵の魔獣は一撃だと思うよ。
One blow using the S crab or S break can do the trick for just about any enemy.
ただ CP が100以上ないと使えないから気をつけて。
The catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. S breaks. These are actions which allow S crabs to be immediately unleashed by ignoring the battle order once the CP gauge has reached 0. S crabs, which will be used as X breaks, can be changed by going to tactics and then set S break within the main menu. Press the brake button to unleash an S break. An S break cannot be unleashed under no brake button conditions. Now press the brake button and try unleashing the S brake. If you're using a keyboard, you may use the 1 through 4 number keys or the arrow keys.
Here I come!
Let's do this! That's that then. Let's move out.
あれが目的の宝箱か。
So that's the treasure chest we were after, huh?
ここまで来ればもう楽勝って感じね。
If we made it this far, the rest of it is gonna be a piece of cake.
余裕出てきたみたいだね。
Seems like we got a little breathing room at least.
それなら今度は行動の順番にも気を配ってみよう。
Let's pay close attention to our battle order this
い
time.
ろいろと有利なことがあるよ。
There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our action. Battle order bonuses. These icons indicate the bonuses allowed it to the battle order. If a bonus icon appears next to the character's icon, they will receive that bonus. Plus 10 health, HP, step up, etc. indicate the effects on each icon.
拓也。
宝箱の中にまた箱がしまってあるなんて変ね。
That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest.
2つってとこも気になるし、中には何が入ってるんだろう。
The fact that there's not just one but two is kind of interesting too. Wonder what's inside.
エステル、今回の任務は捜索と回収だよ。
Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only.
対象の調査は任務に入ってなかったと思うけど。
I'm pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective.
もうよしやって本当うまたいんだから。
You're no fun at all, Joshua.
仕事じゃなく純粋な好奇心の問題よ。
This has nothing to do with our mission. It's just what I like to call good, honest curiosity.
ねえ、誰も見てないし、ちょっと開けてもバレないわよね。
You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with a teeny weensy peek, right?
落第したいんだったら止めないけど。
If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest.
落第？
Did you just say the F word?
そういう可能性もあるってこと？
Yep, opening one of these boxes could result in automatic fail for both of us.
もしこれが本当の仕事だったら、それは依頼者の持ち物だからね。
If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client.
非合法のものでもない限り、中身を確認する権利はないはずだよ。
And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them.
それはそうかも。
I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself.
どうしても気になるなら、後でシェラさんにお願いしてみれば。
If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask the sheriff when we get back?
さて、それじゃあ帰り道も集中していこう。
But for now, we need to focus and get here now. But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here.
オッケー。
I get out. Alright. By looking inside the chest again, you flunk. Just kidding. Alright guys, everybody who's on the purple app, who's on the tube, and who's on the clock app, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the likes and shares and those who chat. I got head out right now. I will be playing this game all the way up till the release of the remake. So I'll probably be back home later today or tomorrow. So I don't know. It's gonna be either or. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. I gotta head out. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.